By watching this video and learning about my must-know tips, you will have a better day at Islands of Adventure. Plus, you're going to save time, money, and become an Islands of Adventure expert over the next 20 minutes or so. In most cases, you spend months and sometimes years planning for your day at Islands of Adventure. On top of that, you also spend a ton of money getting down to Florida to experience this world-class theme park. So it is my duty to give you all the vital information that you need to have the best experience possible at the park. This guide is divided into 3 sections: things to know before you visit, things to know when you visit, and then my top 10 must-know IOA tips. In this Islands of Adventure Ultimate Guide video, you're going to learn must-know things like when are the best times to visit, how to get ahead of the crowds, the must-visit restaurants, and so much more. So let's go have some fun, because I hear there is a seat ready just for you on VelociCoaster. But to start off this guide, we have to talk about, is Islands of Adventure worth the visit? And the answer is yes. This is one of the best theme parks in the entire world, and with so many world-class attractions and themed areas for you to explore, you have to experience it for yourself. You can easily spend multiple days just exploring this theme park without having enough time. And if you love roller coasters and thrill rides, then this is the best theme park for you in Orlando. But the question that I get asked all the time is, when is the best time to visit? Planning your trip to a Universal Orlando theme park during the wrong time could really make or break your trip. This is why I recommend with any Florida theme park, it's always advised to visit during the non-peak times. This is why I always recommend visiting in January, February, the first 2 weeks of May, September, and November. Ticket options. If you only want to visit one of the 3 main Universal Orlando parks, then you could always purchase a one-day ticket price that starts out at $119 at the time of this video. But hardly anyone only visits just one Universal Orlando theme park. And of course, you can add on more parks, including Epic Universe, and upgrade to a park-to-park option, so you have the ability to park hop throughout your time at Universal Orlando. And if you love water parks, then I always recommend checking out Volcano Bay as well. Where should you stay? Now that you can find 11 hotels and resorts at Universal Orlando Resort, it's hard to look elsewhere, especially when it comes to the early park admission, and more on that in a few minutes, on top of the cost of some of the value hotels that you're going to find on property. But if you don't want to stay at a Universal Orlando Resort, then you're going to find plenty of options just minutes away from the park. But keep in mind, when you stay at Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort, Hard Rock Hotel, and the Portofino Bay, you do get the complimentary Universal Express Pass for everyone staying in your room. If you have any questions about the hotels and resorts that you're going to find at Universal Orlando, then you're going to want to check out this video that I created here, where I share with you some must-know top secrets and ways to save money before you book. Which brings me to, planning your Universal Orlando vacation is very time consuming, and most of the time it's stressful, especially if you've never visited before. And with the all-new Universal Studios Epic Universe opening, I think it's safe to say that there's going to be a lot of first-time visitors visiting all 3 of the Universal Orlando theme parks. This is why I recommend contacting Callie Beck, a travel concierge specialist with Wand and Compass Travel. For your convenience, you can find all of her contact info on the screen in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. Callie specializes in Universal Orlando vacations. On top of that, she can also help you plan trips to other great travel destinations. Callie builds customized vacations while listening to your requests and preferences to craft your dream vacation. Universal Orlando is a must-see resort that really does deserve multiple days to do so, and Callie offers personalized itineraries, recommendations, and price monitoring as part of her full concierge service. But the best part is, Callie's expert travel planning services are completely free. Trust me, she's going to make your trip even better. Now, if you're a fan of water parks, then you really want to check out Volcano Bay, which is located right next to Universal Orlando's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. And honestly, Volcano Bay is by far the best overall water park in all of Florida. Universal really knocked it out of the park with this tropical themed water oasis, and if you enjoy water parks, this is always a great option to add on to make your Universal Orlando experience even better. Planning your trip around special events. Islands of Adventure does not offer many special events throughout the year, but their Grinchmas holiday event is fantastic, and it's a 30-minute long live stage show that recreates the Grinch show. The height requirements. If you're like me and my family, then this type of thing is important for the younger thrill seekers. This is why, for your convenience, you can find the list of the rider height requirements in the description of this video. Now it's time to go over all the things that you need to know during your visit to the park. But first, this video took over 20 hours to create, so if you're finding this video to be helpful in any way, then all I ask that you do is please take 1 second and give it a like. That is by far the best way that you can help show your support for the time it takes to create these ultimate guide videos. You are going to be doing a lot of walking at Islands of Adventure, so let's talk about my recommendations for what you should wear while at IOA. The roller coasters are even better when wearing some of my coaster gear that you will find at my online store, keepridingcoasters.com. Here you're going to find comfortable and affordable merch. I also always recommend wearing comfortable shoes, loose clothing, and please do not underestimate the Florida sun and wear sunscreen or a hat. Parking. If you're not staying at a Universal Orlando resort and walking over or taking the shuttle or the water taxi to CityWalk, then you're going to need to park in the parking garage. And this parking garage is the largest one in this hemisphere, and it cost over $1 billion to construct. Once you park your car, always take a picture of the parking area that you're located in, and then be sure to text your group which level of the parking garage that you're parked in. Trust me, the worst thing is, after having a long day of fun in the parks, is that you do not remember where you parked at. And for your convenience, here's a look at the current pricing, but keep in mind, these prices could very well go up over time. Once you leave the parking lot, you then enter CityWalk, and this is the best entertainment district that you're going to find in Central Florida. From restaurants, a movie theater, mini golf, other attractions, shopping to nightlife, everyone's going to find something that they enjoy at CityWalk Orlando. And everyone has to travel through CityWalk to access either Islands of Adventure and or Universal Studios Florida. Travel tip: if you do not want to eat inside the theme park, you can always leave the park to come experience a CityWalk restaurant and then pick up right where you left off inside the park when you are done eating. Getting around Islands of Adventure. You're going to find 8 thrilling islands that make up Islands of Adventure. And going clockwise around the park's layout, we have the beautiful port of entry area where guests walk through when they enter and leave IOA. Heading left, we have the Marvel Superhero Island, the most energetic area that you're going to find at Islands. This is where popular attractions like the Incredible Hulk and the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man are located at. Next up, we have Toon Lagoon, home to some great photo opportunities and Universal Orlando's 2 wettest water rides, Ripsaw Falls and Popeye and Bluto's. Skull Island Ring of Kong is a mini-themed land that is home to the mediocre Skull Island King Kong themed dark ride. And this area leads into my favorite area at Islands, Jurassic Park, which is home to VelociCoaster and the ever so popular Jurassic Park Discovery Center. Rounding the circle, we have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where you're going to find 4 of the main attractions that you can find in the entire park located in Hogsmeade. Then the beautiful Lost Continent area is home to no attractions at this time, just some restaurants and some shops. Which brings us to the most colorful area at IOA, Seuss Landing, which is home to some of the best family rides that you're going to find here at Universal Orlando. Travel tip: as you can see, the layout for Islands of Adventure is a giant circle. This is why I do not recommend bouncing from one side of the park to the next. Try to experience the park without going from, let's say, Hagrid's, then right to Spider-Man, because by doing this, it's going to tire you out faster. Which brings me to, is the Universal Express Pass worth it? On busy days, yes of course, as this will reduce your wait time usually by 75%. and purchasing the Express Pass is really worth it for Islands of Adventure the most. And while I get it, it is expensive, but again, this will save you a lot of time from waiting in long lines. With that said, I always recommend doing my #1 tip when visiting Universal Orlando, which you're about to learn about near the end of the video, because it will save you a lot of money. Also, do not forget, if you book a room at the Royal Pacific, Hard Rock Hotel, or the Portofino, then you will automatically get the Express Pass unlimited for everyone in your room, which brings me to a very crucial money savings tip. If you book a room at one of those 3 hotels, you get the Express Pass from the day of check-in until the day you check out. So if you are only planning 2 days in the parks, then book one of these hotels for only 1 night so you get to utilize the Express Pass both of those days. What to do if it rains? Since you are in Orlando, you're going to want to keep an eye on the weather, especially in the summer, because some days you might experience an afternoon thunderstorm. But the good news is, the rides will still operate in the rain, but if there's lightning nearby, then the outdoor attractions will close until the storm moves through. However, the indoor rides will only close if the storm is really intense and/or a tornado warning's in the area. The Universal Orlando app. I highly recommend downloading the app because you're going to find show times, wait times, the park map, and more. The app is a tool that will only enhance your day. The top 5 best thrill attractions at IOA. The Incredible Hulk. This intense launching coaster flips riders upside down 7 different times, making for one of the best and most popular coasters in the entire world. Travel tip. The Incredible Hulk is the closest major attraction to the front gate. Therefore, the lines will be longer during the early part of the day because everyone either heads here or VelociCoaster or Hagrid's first. This is why if you do not have the Express Pass, riding it later in the day after 5 p.m. is when I usually recommend you riding it because the line really does die down around that time of the day. Jurassic World VelociCoaster. This is not only my favorite attraction that you can find at Universal Orlando until Epic opens, it's also my favorite coaster in all of Orlando. This multi-launch coaster features 4 inversions and 2 launches with a top speed of 70 miles an hour. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This dark ride mixes animated props and screens perfectly together. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, do not pass up on riding this awesome dark ride. The queue line alone is an attraction all in itself. Jurassic Park River Adventure. Dinosaurs mixed in with one of the best water rides in the world? Yes, please. This ride is always a great one, and out of the 3 water rides that you're going to find at IOA, River Adventure is the less soaking one, meaning you're not going to get as wet on it. The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. There is a reason why this dark ride has been ranked as one of the best ones in the entire world ever since it opened in 1999. This attraction is worth a few rides if you're able to. Now it's time to talk about the 5 best family rides at IOA. The Pteranodon Flyers, or known as the P-Flyers. When it's open, this suspended family coaster is great for the kids. Travel tip. This line is very slow moving and gets really long. So if you're visiting with kids, then I recommend riding this within the first hour of the day or the last hour the park is open. Jurassic Park Discovery Center. Come experience what it's like to work in a dino lab where you get to come face to face with massive dinos and even see a dinosaur egg hatch. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. By far, this is one of the most popular attractions that you're going to find at the entire Universal Orlando Resort. This thrilling coaster features 7 launches and a bunch of other great surprises and no inversions. Hagrid's is also the longest coaster that you will find at Universal Orlando Resort. Camp Jurassic. Anyone that is between the ages of 1 month old to 99.5 years old really needs to explore the caves, tunnels, net climbs, slides, and more in this must-see family attraction. Flight of the Hippogriff. This Harry Potter themed family coaster is always a great beginner coaster for those who are a little bit too scared and or too short for Hagrid's and VelociCoaster. Travel tip. Younger thrill seekers will love running around and exploring Me Ship the Olive play area. Also, this is my favorite area in the park to capture that perfect selfie due to the amazing views that you get of VelociCoaster and the Incredible Hulk. And even though it's not in my top 5, kids and families will love the Cat in Hat Dark Ride. The water rides. Popeye and Bluto's barges. You and 11 others brave these crazy rapids on one of the best water rapids rides ever created. And the good news is, you will get wet and probably even drenched. Jurassic Park River Adventure. As mentioned earlier, this attraction is awesome from the slow-moving parts of it to the 80-foot drop finale. Travel tip. I really do love Jurassic Park River Adventure during the day, but at night, this attraction is on a whole new level. Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. This log flume attraction really is on a whole new level. From the theming to all the different drops, anyone who rides this ride will be cooled off for sure, and it's a great ride. And of course, when you visit Islands of Adventure, you cannot experience Hogsmeade and get some Butterbeer. The original Harry Potter themed area is one of the best. From the major attractions like Hagrid's and the Forbidden Journey, you can spend hours in this area. But I always recommend allowing yourself some time to explore the area and the shops to really take it all in. And you cannot forget about the Hogwarts Express train ride, which is a must-see attraction, and you can only experience it with a park-to-park ticket because the train drops you off over at Diagon Alley, which is located at Universal Studios Florida. Live shows and entertainment. Sadly, you will not find any significant shows at IOA, but if you are a fan of Harry Potter, then you will love seeing the Frog Choir and the Triwizard Spirit Rally. For the kids, they will enjoy the stories you'll hear Dr. Seuss show. Now for the character meet and greets, Islands of Adventure really does shine. There are a ton of great characters all throughout the park, from the Grinch to Spider-Man, that come out throughout the day. And if you or anyone in your group is a fan of Blue from Jurassic World, then I highly recommend checking out the Raptor Encounter attraction. On select nights, I recommend checking out the Hogwarts Always Nighttime show to cap off your night. It is so cool to see this show that the Hogwarts Castle is the centerpiece of. With all this fun you're going to be having at Islands of Adventure, you'll be getting quite the urge to eat. So here's a look at my restaurant top picks to go along with my recommended dish at each one. Fire Eater's Grill. Hands down, the traditional Euro combo. This is Thunder Falls Terrace, and my wife and I love their rotisserie chicken combo. And then you have Mythos, and while you will find a ton of delicious options on this menu, recently I have really loved the brick oven roasted chicken. There is a reason why Mythos is constantly ranked as one of the best theme park restaurants in the world. Located in Hogsmeade is the Three Broomsticks, and if you're visiting this area in the morning, then I recommend stopping here for some breakfast. But any time of the day, this restaurant really does deliver. Travel tip. I recommend eating at off-peak times if you're able to, because this means you're going to avoid waiting in longer food lines. This is why whenever I visit IOA, I never try to eat between the hours of 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then from 6 to 7 p.m. Shopping. The top 3 best gift shops you're going to find at IOA are the Islands of Adventure Trading Company, which is located right in the port of entry. This is the largest, in my opinion, the best gift shop that you're going to find at IOA. Jurassic Outfitters is where you want to go for all your Jurassic World and Dino merch needs, because this place is awesome. Travel tip. If you want some great VelociCoaster merch, then you'll want to check out the gift shop that is located in the lower level of the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. And for all the Harry Potter fans out there, you're going to find plenty of great shops to explore that are located inside of Hogsmeade. And now it's the moment that you've been waiting for, my Islands of Adventure must-know tips. Number 10, the single rider lines. If you do not want to spend the extra money for the express pass, and if you don't mind splitting up your group, then this is a great option for you because you'll wait less than the regular standby line. The following attractions at Islands of Adventure offer the single rider line: The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, Dr. Doom's Fearfall, Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, The Incredible Hulk Coaster, Jurassic Park River Adventure, Jurassic World VelociCoaster, and Skull Island Ring of Kong. Number 9. Know about the lockers. Major coasters like VelociCoaster and the Incredible Hulk will have mandatory lockers. That is because you have to pass through metal detectors before you get to the ride. But the good news is, Universal offers free lockers for people experiencing those attractions. Number 8. Make reservations for Mythos in advance. There is a reason why this restaurant is one of the best ones you're going to find in the theme park world. From the food, the views, to just how beautiful the inside of the restaurant really is, you really are in for a real treat. Number 7. Go with the park-to-park ticket. While you will save some money by only visiting one park per day, if you went with the base ticket and not park-to-park, if you want to experience the Hogwarts Express train ride, then you'll need a park-to-park ticket. Plus, the great thing is, we're only talking about a 5-minute walk between both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida, which makes park hopping a breeze. Number 6. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This is the most popular ride at Islands of Adventure, and once you experience it, you're going to know why. This is why I recommend getting in line within the first 30 minutes of early entry, or waiting until the last hour the park is open to get in line for it. The reason why is, all the hours in between the ones I mentioned, you're going to find a line that hovers around 1 hour to 2 hours at any given hour during the day. Number 5. Purchase tickets in advance. This right here is so important. Do not be those guests that you will pass in the morning that are standing in that crazy long line that's barely moving as they wait to purchase tickets. Always purchase your tickets in advance, and I recommend doing so right from the Universal website. Travel tip: if you are staying at an on-site Universal hotel, then you'll be able to purchase your tickets from the attraction ticket desk, which is located right in the lobby of each hotel. Number 4. Coaster tips. For roller coaster lovers out there just like myself, I cannot recommend enough spending a little bit longer in line and wait for the very front row for VelociCoaster and the Incredible Hulk. The visuals in the front row really make these attractions just so much better in my opinion. Number 3 is early park admission. And if you have a season pass or you're staying at a Universal Orlando hotel, then be sure to take advantage of this awesome perk. You can experience select attractions starting at 8 a.m. 1 hour before the park opens to the public at 9 a.m. Now, Universal does not always have this benefit for USF, so I would always check out the Universal website before you visit to know which attractions and which parks are offering the early hour entry. Number 2. Arrive early. This is so important. If you are like me in any way and you do not like standing in long lines for parking, security, the front gate, and the ride lines, then get to the park early. This is why I recommend, if you're planning to go for early park admission, to get to the parking garage by 7:15 at the latest. This will allow yourself 30 minutes to park and to walk over to the front entrance to Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida. And do not forget you have to go through security as well. Allows you enough time to get to the front gates by 7:45, 15 minutes before the park opens up for early entry. Now, if you're not doing early park admission, then get to the parking garage for around 8 a.m. so you can get to the front gate by 8:30 a.m. and you'll just have to wait. But the good news is you'll be one of the first ones waiting. This right here is the only way that I recommend experiencing the Universal parks, to get ahead of the crowds so you get most out of your visit. Which brings me to my number 1 tip, the Express Pass ticket prices. The Universal Express Pass is awesome and totally worth it on busy days. However, when planning your Universal Orlando vacation, I always recommend checking out what Universal is charging for the Express Passes during the days that you want to visit. If the price is higher, well, that means that the park is expected to be busier. So I always recommend trying to visit on the days that the Express Pass is priced cheaper, because you know going into it that the park isn't going to be as busy as it would be on the other days. Which brings me to a bonus tip. When you pair my number 1 tip with getting to the park early, walking fast, and early park admission, if you hustle, there is a very good chance that you don't even need to purchase the Express Pass, which means that you get to save a lot of money. Islands of Adventure is one of the most thrilling theme parks in the world, adding to an already unforgettable Orlando vacation. And since I'm not a travel agent myself, I teamed up with Callie Beck, a travel concierge specialist with Wand and Compass Travel, so you can reach out to her and she can plan you the most epic vacation possible. And the best part is, you can use these tips and recommendations that you've learned in my Islands of Adventure Ultimate Guide video to enhance your overall vacation. Now, if you're planning on visiting Universal Studios Florida, then be sure to check out my ultimate guide to that excellent theme park in the video at the bottom of your screen. So what are you looking forward to most at Islands of Adventure, and when are you planning on visiting? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.